back. Returning to the show, we have Riley Windeler. He's been on a couple of times in the last, several years. It's great to have you back. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you.
Yes. Riley first came on the show, we're discussing maybe 5-6 years ago, to discuss exposure around dwarfism. It's something that's passionate to your heart,
Yes.
and you've had a lot of success in exposing or making sort of a positive inroads towards that. But your latest achievement involves having a book done. A book is being published right now, a children's book.
I'm in the process of publishing a children's book. The title's potentially going to be A Race for Tommy. It's about a little person like myself who, in his first sports day at school, he was in his race. And he thought he had this passion for track and field. He was going to win the race. But they lined up at the starting line, took off, and before he knew it, the race was over. But he was only halfway down the field. His shorter legs gave him the disadvantage, but he didn't know that. This was so disappointing to him. So then, later that year, he went to his first Dwarf Athletic World event, where he won his first race. And it's to build up to that, yeah, there are these challenges in life, but there's also opportunities and things that are possible out there.
So you are striving to teach children who are in similar situations as you were as a child, that it doesn't all have to be about disadvantages.
It doesn't. There's many opportunities out there, no matter what difference ability you have.
You have been to some of these games, haven't you?
I've been to many games now. My first one was in 2001, and I think I've missed 2 or 3 since then.
So you've been to...
It's a yearly event.
Good for you.
Summer.
Tell me this, what is the name of the event?
Dwarf Athletic.
Dwarf
There's
Athletic.
national games and world games.
And you've been to several of them, they've been all over the world.
Mainly the States, but
Yes.
yeah, there's world ones as well.
Sure.
Yes.
Were you bullied as a child? Like, was it hard for you? Was it something that you had to work through and you want other children to not have that experience?
That is a degree of it. That's not so much in the book, bullying, but yeah, I had that time going into high school more so, coming from Horsefly, a smaller town where everyone knows everyone.
Yes.
I had the advantage there. Everyone knew who I was, they knew my difference, but yeah, you get into a bigger place where people don't know who you are. You get the points, the stares, the name calls, all those things. But over time, you actually learn to just ignore it. And it's something that happens on a daily basis.
Really? Even now, hey?
Oh, even now.
Yeah. This book, though, is going to help kids. I think that it's something you're doing that's very positive.
It'll be good to get through the school system. It'll be something that, I want to get out there to the different schools and present in those schools and do a talk with that.
Is there a chance you will get into the schools, and do you plan
I'm
to
hoping so.
And so you'd like to go school to school, and during an assembly you sit down and have a discussion?
Have a discussion, read the book, talk about these were my experiences and with the different abilities. And yeah, you guys may have different abilities too, but there are still opportunities out there no matter what.
Absolutely. I think that's fantastic that you're being so proactive. A lot of people who suffer from whatever, situation they're in, a disadvantage that some people, experience and others don't, not everyone is proactive like you are, and I really admire you for that.
Well, thank you. Yeah. You have to make the best of every opportunity that you have.
Yes, you do. It's not published yet, but it's at the publishers. Where are you at?
It's not at the publishers yet. Publishing date still to be determined. That's still coming along. I'm at the final writing stages, and we're going to go through the whole editing and then, illustrations and whatnot.
Good for you.
Projection, we're looking end of 2018, middle 2019 or somewhere in there.
Good for you.
That's what the hope is right now.
Good for you. We have some pictures of you at some of the games that you've been to. You said since 2001, you have only missed a couple of these every year. Tell me about your travels. Where have they been?
So this one's actually in Toronto. This was at the event. All these actually are where I won the first race. So this was the first World Games. That's one of the races. I believe that's the one. Yeah, and so this is the whole thing where it took place, that whole happening, that the realization that I do have the opportunity to win, that there are these opportunities out there.
So this book a little bit reflects your experience.
It does. It's based off my experience.
Yeah.
But to give that back, that
If this goes well, will you continue to write, do you think?
Oh, I'll definitely continue to write. I have more out there. We'll see.
Good for you.
Hopefully it goes well.
I hope it does as well, because you're a great advocate.
Well, thank you.
So, yeah. We're out of time, but I wanted to show that we do have an email address on the screen. If you would like to get a hold of Riley, he would love to hear from you. He came all the way from Horsefly today, so thank you. Safe travels on the way home.
Well, thank you, Susan.
Okay. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.